Hey there, friends. Welcome back to another episode of Sparkle and Shine, the show that helps keep your home fresh, fabulous, and feeling like you. I'm your host, Laila, and today we're diving into something that's long overdue. Well, at least for me. A few weeks ago, my sister and I walked through the ultimate spring cleaning checklist. If you caught that episode, you know we laid it all out, room by room, task by task, from baseboards to ceiling fans. But let's be honest, it's been a little while, and if you're anything like me, you might not have started yet. No judgment, life gets busy, I totally get it, and sometimes just looking at that checklist is enough to make you want to take a nap. So today, I wanted to take a different approach. I want to talk to you about things you shouldn't do, those sneaky spring cleaning mistakes that can totally sabotage your efforts, even if you mean well. Think of this episode as a friendly PSA from your cleaning-obsessed big sister, a list of don'ts to help you clean smarter, not harder. We're going to unpack the biggest missteps I see time and time again, like only cleaning what you can see, misusing all-purpose cleaners, and forgetting to clean the actual tools that you're using. We'll also touch on why trying to do it all yourself isn't always the badge of honor we think it is. I'm going to follow a very specific format as I discuss each one of these mistakes. I'll list the mistake, I'll kind of explain it, and then I'll tell you what I do that helps me, and then I'll provide a pro tip from our dear friends at JP Carpet Cleaning Expert Floor Care. So, grab a cup of coffee, or better yet, put in your earbuds while you're tackling that junk drawer, and let's talk about what not to do this spring cleaning season. Let's start with a classic spring cleaning mistake, only cleaning what's visible. You know the routine. Wipe the counters, fluff the pillows, run the vacuum, boom, done. But underneath your sofa? What about behind the fridge? Inside that cabinet you haven't opened since the holidays? Yeah, not so much. Just because it looks clean doesn't mean it is. Dust, crumbs, and pet hair love those hidden spots, and spring is the perfect time to deal with them. What helps me is breaking the house into zones, one room at a time. Pull the furniture away from the walls, check inside drawers, open those forgotten cabinets. It feels way more doable, and you actually get into the places that matter. So, pro tip, set a 30-minute timer, blast your favorite playlist, and just go. You'll be amazed at what you find and how much fresher your space feels when those hidden corners are finally cleaned. Another big one? Using the wrong cleaning products. I totally get the temptation to reach for that one magical bottle that says it works on everything, right? Like, I can clean your floors, your counters, your mirrors, your emotional baggage. I've been there. It feels efficient, right? One product, one spray, done. But here's the thing. Those all-purpose cleaners can actually cause long-term damage, especially on delicate surfaces like hardwood floors, granite countertops, or even certain bathroom fixtures. I found this out the hard way when I was trying to be super productive one weekend and used my go-to cleaner on my wood floors. They lost their shine and started looking dull no matter how much I scrubbed. And granite? Those harsh chemicals can break down the sealant over time, which not only ruins the finish, but makes the surface more porous, aka more prone to bacteria and stains. Gross. The fix? Just swap in a few surface-specific products. You don't need to go overboard. Just have a few go-to options that are actually made for the surface you're cleaning. A wood-safe cleaner, something gentle for stone, and something fabric-friendly for your couch or mattress. Once you have them, they'll become part of your routine without you even thinking about it. And honestly, there's something really satisfying about using the right stuff and knowing your home's not just clean, but taken care of the right way. All right, this next one is kind of sneaky because it's easy to overlook, but it makes a huge difference. It's forgetting to clean your cleaning tools. Like, you're out here scrubbing and wiping and vacuuming your heart out, but if your tools are dirty, are you really cleaning, or are you just moving dirt around? Think about it. When was the last time you cleaned your vacuum filter? And I mean like actually pulled the entire little vacuum canister thingy out and rinsed it all the way and dusted everything inside of it. Or replaced your mop head, or even rinsed out your sponges with hot soapy water. Most of us forget, and it's totally understandable. It's not exactly the most glamorous part of the job, but dirty tools can actually undo your hard work. A clogged vacuum, for example, can't suck anything up. A germy sponge just spreads bacteria around. And don't even get me started on a mop head that smells a little funky. So here's the move. Build a tiny maintenance routine into your bigger cleaning days. Check your vacuum filters, toss sponges in the dishwasher, or soak them in hot water with vinegar, or straight up just throw them away and get new ones, and throw mop heads in the laundry. Bonus points if you let them fully dry between uses, because damp tools are also like a party for bacteria. Honestly, once you start keeping your tools clean, it feels like leveling up. It's one of those behind the scenes things that makes your whole routine feel more legit. Like you're not just cleaning, you're doing it like a pro. All right, now this one might not look like a big deal, but it totally is. Ignoring your air vents, filters, and purifiers. I know it's not exactly the most exciting thing on your spring cleaning list. It's not satisfying like wiping down a mirror or vacuuming a perfectly satisfying stripe into your carpet, but it makes a huge difference. I like to think of it as cleaning the stuff that helps you clean. Your HVAC system, your air purifier, and even the vent over your stove. They're working hard behind the scenes. But if they're clogged with dust and grease and gunk, they're basically just recycling that grime back into the air. So even after hours of scrubbing and mopping and wiping down and dusting and yada, 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 your house might still feel a little stale. And honestly, if you're someone who struggles with allergies or lives with someone who does, this is one of those things that can either make or break your entire cleaning vibe. Here's a simple fix. Pick one day, just once a season, that's every 3 months or so, every 3 or 4 months or so, to do a filter check. Replace what needs replacing, wipe down what needs wiping, and boom, clean air, clean home, and one less thing to stress about. It might not be the most flashy part of spring cleaning, but it is definitely one of the most powerful. Okay, let's talk about the soft stuff now. Rugs, upholstery, mattresses. This is one of those cleaning zones that's super easy to overlook, mostly because it doesn't always look dirty, or it gets dirty so gradually that you don't realize your cream couch is more of a gray until you clean it, and then you're like, oh my gosh, it's cream again. Like, again, your couch might seem fine until you actually give it a smack and watch a puff of dust fly up. Yikes. These soft surfaces are sneaky. They trap allergens, pet dander, old smells, and who knows what else. And the worst part, a quick vacuum or a spray of fabric refresher isn't really cutting it. It might mask the issue, but it certainly doesn't solve it. This one really hit me after I got my area rug professionally cleaned for the first time. I thought it was just a little dingy, but when I saw the before and after, I was shook. The colors were brighter, the room felt fresher, and my asthma? Way better. Same thing with the couch. And don't even get me started on the mattress. Total game changer. So if it's been more than a year, now is the time to book a deep clean. And yes, it is worth it. You don't need to do it all the time, just enough to reset everything. A good pro will get deep into the fibers and pull out all the stuff your vacuum can't touch. Trust me, when your rugs and furniture are truly clean, your whole home feels different. It's like you can breathe deeper, and not just because the dust is gone. Okay, this next one is a trap I fall into all the time. Trying to do way too much in one day. Like, I'll get this sudden burst of motivation and convince myself I can deep clean the entire house in a single Saturday. Spoiler alert, I cannot. By mid-afternoon, I'm exhausted, frustrated, and somehow the house looks worse because everything's halfway done. Like, I straight up will start in one room, forget or find something in that room, bring it to another room, forget it was in the first room, and start cleaning the second room. And I do this throughout the entire house. Yay, ADHD. The problem is really that spring cleaning isn't meant to be a sprint. It's not a single check mark on your to-do list. It's a process. And trying to cram everything into one big marathon cleaning day, that's how you burn out, miss important spots, or end up just shoving stuff into a closet and calling it good. So here's the shift that helped me. Treat spring cleaning like a mini project spread out over a week, or even 2. Prioritize the high traffic areas first, then move into the details. Break it up by rooms or by types of tasks, whatever works best for your brain. And add in short breaks, make sure you've got all your supplies before you start, and leave space to go back and revisit areas that need more love. I know it's tempting to power through and get it all done at once, but pacing yourself really makes the process way more manageable and, honestly, more enjoyable. You actually get to see and feel the progress as you go, instead of collapsing into a pile of cleaning supplies at the end of the day. This next one is a classic. Cleaning around clutter instead of actually dealing with it. And look, I say this with zero judgment because I've done it more times than I can count. You're in a rush, you've got your cleaning supplies ready, and instead of taking time to sort through the mess, you just kind of scoot it to the side, or stack it, or shove it in a drawer. You know the drill. But here's the thing. When you clean around clutter, you're not really cleaning. You're decorating dirt. It might look better in the moment, but you're not reaching the surfaces that actually need attention. Plus, the clutter itself just creates mental chaos. It's hard to feel like your space is truly fresh when it's filled with stuff you don't use, don't need, or forgot you even had. So before you even break out the mop or vacuum, take a little time to declutter. It doesn't have to be dramatic. You don't need to do a full-on organizing montage. Just pick one area and go through it. Toss the expired pantry items, donate the old magazines, fold the throw blankets, and recycle that pile of random papers that's been sitting there since last spring. Once the clutter is gone, cleaning feels so much easier. And your space? It'll actually stay clean longer because there's less stuff getting in the way. It's a total game changer, even if it does feel like an extra step at first. This next one might surprise you because you see these things on a daily basis and you're like, oh, I have to clean that. I've got to wipe that down. But it just, for some reason, it's so easy to miss. And that's going to be those high touch areas, the stuff that we touch 100 times a day without even thinking about it. Doorknobs, light switches, remotes, drawer handles, cabinet pulls, even the mouse at your desk. All of these little things seem harmless, but they low-key collect so many germs. I'll admit, this used to be the part of spring cleaning I would totally forget. I'd spend hours scrubbing the floors, wiping down counters, and somehow just walk right past the light switch that had months of fingerprints on it. Oops. The thing is, these areas are germ hotspots, especially in kitchens, bathrooms, and kids' rooms. And since we touch them constantly, they're super quick to re-dirty if we skip them. Here's what works for me. Grab a disinfectant wipe or spray and walk through your space like you're on a mission. Hit all the knobs, switches, remotes, and drawer handles. It only takes a few minutes, but it makes a huge difference, especially if someone in your house has been sick or if you want that true clean feeling. It's one of those tiny steps that takes almost absolutely no effort, but instantly levels up your whole routine. All right, last one, and it's a biggie. Trying to do it all yourself. Look, I get it. There's something really satisfying about the idea of handling everything on your own. You've got your checklist, your cleaning playlist, your hair up in a messy bun. It feels like you've got this. But sometimes that I'll just do it myself energy turns into burnout really fast. Because spring cleaning isn't just wiping down a few things. It's moving furniture, deep cleaning carpets, scrubbing tiles, washing windows, maybe even dealing with weird smells you can't quite track down. It's a lot. And trying to take on every single task by yourself, that can go from empowering to overwhelming real quick. There is absolutely no shame in asking for help, whether that's delegating to your partner or roommate, calling in a pro, or even just deciding that some things can wait. And if you've got bigger projects like deep carpet cleaning, upholstery that hasn't been touched in years, or a tile that just won't come clean, this is exactly where a professional cleaning team can save you a ton of time and stress. For me, having someone come in to handle the deep stuff that I just can't handle, that doesn't make me feel like I've failed. It actually makes me feel like I'm finally getting ahead. It's about working smarter, not harder. You don't have to do it all to have a clean, healthy, happy home. You just have to do what matters most and get support where it counts. And there you have it. Some of the most common spring cleaning mistakes and how to avoid them like a total pro. I know it's easy to get caught up in the idea that spring cleaning has to be this big, overwhelming all-day event, but it doesn't have to be that way. By steering clear of the most common traps, like skipping hidden spots, using the wrong products, or overloading your schedule, you can actually make the process more effective and way more enjoyable. And remember, it's about creating a home that feels lighter, healthier, and more comfortable. Even just picking one or two of these tips and putting them into practice can make a huge difference in how your home feels, looks, and functions. And if you're at the point where you're like, yeah, I need some help with this, you are not alone. Seriously. Sometimes the best thing you can do is call in the pros. That's where our dear friends come in. JP Carpet Cleaning Expert Floor Care is here to help you get the results you're dreaming of without the stress. Whether it's deep carpet cleaning, refreshing your upholstery, brightening up those tile floors, or polishing wood to a gorgeous shine, they've got the tools, the experience, and the genuine love for what they do to bring your space back to life. Let them help you knock some of those tougher tasks off your list so you can spend more time actually enjoying your home instead of scrubbing it top to bottom. You can head over to their website or give them a call at 818-263-9314 to schedule your spring refresh anytime. JP would love to help you fall in love with your space again. Now, next week is going to be a fun one, especially if you've ever wondered why your home never quite smells as fresh as it looks. We're diving into how to make your home smell fresh naturally. No fake fragrances, no overpowering sprays, just easy, non-toxic ways to bring in those clean, cozy vibes all day long. I'll be sharing my favorite DIY scent combos, some tried and true tricks from the pros, and how scent actually ties into how we experience our homes emotionally. I cannot wait. Until then, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Whether you're cleaning, folding laundry, or just enjoying a quiet moment for yourself, I'm so glad we got to spend this time together. And as always, keep shining.